world-class friends, world-class learners. Christian Youngren, talking to you today about the importance of trust during a sale. Now, when it comes to a high-ticket item like a car, like an appliance, possibly TVs, those types of things, in the house, of course, trust is going to be paramount. Trust is always something that we're looking for as a purchaser, a buyer, somebody that wants a service, somebody that wants a product. Now, in fact, when somebody goes looking for a car, I've heard it been said in the past that the customer's looking for two things. One they consciously are aware of, which is I'm looking for a car, van, truck, SUV. But the second thing that they're really unaware of, it's unconscious, and that is they're looking for somebody they can trust. I've heard sales managers say they're looking for a salesperson. And what they're getting at is they're looking for somebody they can trust. Now, trust during the initial meeting with a guest is going to be paramount, because if we can't get the customer to move forward with us from the lot or from the initial meeting, then we're going to have a difficulty getting to the next step in the road to the sale. The question becomes then, how does one develop trust? Now, broadly, you can give me some ideas, first impressions, appearance, body language, smiling, the way we're dressed. We know that's important. Broadly, though, trust comes from two areas. One, character, and that's why we want to look the part, right? We want to look, smell, and we want to be ready for the sale as far as our appearance, body language wise. However, character, the guest doesn't really know us character, so once we get past doing what we can with our dress, and there's only so much I can do with this face, smile and those types of things, we're still kind of getting lumped in with a lot of other car salespeople. One thing we could do to kind of set ourselves apart is take advantage of the second thing that guests are looking for when it comes to trust, and that's competency. So character and competency is what makes up trust. Now, as a new salesperson to the automotive industry, we don't have a ton of competency because we haven't done this a lot. And learning the product does take some time. There's some testing you have to do. And even after you take the testing, you're developing your walk around, your presentation, and customizing it to each guest does take a little bit of time to develop that skill. However, there is a skill early on that you could use that shows your character and also would show some competency, and that's learning how to ask effective questions. And I'll leave a little link for the 3 effective questions, or some of the effective questions that we've taught salespeople over the years to ask. However, if you're really good at asking questions around needs and wants, if you ask those needs and wants questions, usually one good question, the answer to that question will lead to another question, and in turn, a lot of times you can get to rapport questions through needs and wants questions as well. However, once we get the questions down and we're good at asking these questions, what we'll be able to do is show our character, because we actually care about the customer when we're listening to them, and we want to know what they want so we can help them get what they want. So that would show us some character there, because again, you got 2 ears, 1 mouth. People that listen usually care a little bit more than people that don't listen. So you can at least show that much. However, you also show your competency, because if you get really good at these questions, that will show the guest that you do have some competency in one area, and that is that you're able to identify what their pain points are, their problems, their needs and wants, which allows you to be able to obviously find the right product for them. And even if you don't know the product that well, you've got enough people at your store that can help and support you. And a lot of the product questions that really require a high skill level, they don't come all the time. It's axle ratios and pulling and towing capacities and those types of things. So what I want you to do is, if you're a new salesperson, or if you've been to the business for a while, I want you to think about things you could do to help develop trust with that guest early on. And I also want you to think about ways to show them your competency. But if you're new, let's just double down on learning how to ask questions real good, because you'll be able to do 2. You'll be able to show your competency, and you'll be able to show your character. Because after all, customers, they don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care.